Hello, hello, hello. Loud car outside. Hello and welcome to the channel. If you've been here before, thanks for coming back. Today I'm going to be back talking about my most favorite thing, which is movies, and specifically the Oscars. The Oscars are this Sunday, March 15th. I'm filming this on a Tuesday evening, and today we're going to talk about all of the acting nominees, and I'm going to be tier ranking them. I put it down here because my laptop's in front of me, but it's going to be up here on the screen for you. I'm going to be tier ranking all the acting performances that are nominated for Oscars. So that's Best Actor, Best Actress, Best Supporting Actor, Best Supporting Actress. 5 nominees in each category. So we'll be talking about 20 acting performances today. A couple disclaimers. Number 1, this is not going to be a predictions video. I might dibble dabble a little bit on my thoughts and predictions, but this is going to be about my personal opinion of these acting performances and how I would rank them. Not predictions of who I think is going to win or any of that. If you want prediction videos, I'm not the best person for that. Of course, I do have predictions and thoughts and all of that, but there are way more qualified people to talk about that. This is just my opinion. Second disclaimer, kind of on the same thing as this is my opinion. If you don't agree with me, that's cool. Let's have a respectful dialogue in the comments. For the most part, I don't think any of these performances are bad. This is just my opinion of them and how I feel. So, yeah. I'm gonna put my tier ranking up here and we're gonna just sort through them and get to getting. I will say I'm also filming this in front of a window at like 6:30 p.m. and there's a lot going on my street in front of me. I can hear birds, there's people walking around, so I hope the background noise doesn't bother you. Okay, let's get started for real. Okay, I think I figured out how to screen record on my MacBook. Hopefully it works, or this is gonna be pretty embarrassing. Okay, so is my brightness up? Yeah, let's turn the brightness up. Woo. Okay, I think it's recording, guys. We'll see. Okay, so let's start with Miss Jessie Buckley. Okay. So Jessie Buckley is nominated for Best Actress for Hamnet, and this one's pretty much a lock. She's won all of the precursors. I thought her performance was incredible. I remember seeing this movie in the theaters and walking out and just being like, who is that? She's incredible. I know she's been in other things, but I hadn't seen her in other things. I was really, really wowed by her, and I genuinely think that she is one of the best in this category, if not the best in this category. I have no notes. I probably should have gone over the categories first. I just made them no notes, which is perfect score. Iconic makes sense, meaning makes sense why they were nominated. Diva down, meaning this was not this person's day. This was not their best performance. I'm not wowed. And then not for me, meaning just not for me. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. So, okay, starting off strong with Jessie Buckley. Stellan Skarsgård, who is nominated for Best Supporting Actor in Sentimental Value. I thought I think he has a good performance. I think he's obviously a fantastic actor. There were other performances in Sentimental Value that I thought were a lot better. Just being real. He was good though. He was good. I think I'm gonna put him in Makes Sense. Yeah, he does not feel iconic enough to me, but I'm gonna put him in Makes Sense. I think it was a good performance. It was very moving as the father figure, but ultimately kind of forgettable compared to some of the other performances, which we'll talk about later. Next is Renata Reinsve, who's nominated for Best Lead Actress, also in Sentimental Value. Her performance was honestly a lot better, like miles above Stellan Skarsgård to me. Okay, well, I don't know if I would say miles, but she stood out a lot more to me. Actually, before we place her, I'm actually going to put Stellan Skarsgård and Diva down. I do love him, but as far as all of his performances, where I've seen him in other things, I think he's been more of a standout in other roles. So I'm going to put him there, and then I'm going to put Renata Reinsve, and it makes sense. I thought she was really good in this role. I've actually never seen Worst Person in the World, which I know was another lead role she did, also with Joachim Trier, the director. I haven't seen it yet, so if you guys have seen it, you have to let me know if it's worth watching. Next is Delroy Lindo. Okay. The first time I watched Sinners, I walked out of it thinking Delroy Lindo is amazing and Miles Caton is amazing. Unfortunately, Miles Caton did not get a nomination in Sinners, but Delroy Lindo did, and I predicted this nomination. I predicted either him or Miles Caton. I was hoping for Miles, but Miles will have his time in the sun. His career is just beginning. Delroy Lindo is so deserving of this nomination. I felt like he made the movie. His performance in the film, it's just my favorite. He's so funny. He's so just raw and real, and like, he's the best part of every scene for me. So I'm gonna put him in iconic. Okay, Sean Penn. Every photo that I saw of him to try to put on here was so funny. Like, what is he doing? What is his face doing ever? So Sean Penn has won the last 2 precursor awards for Best Supporting Actor. He's nominated for One Battle After Another. He's won the last couple of precursor awards, even though he hasn't been present at the award ceremonies. Best Supporting Actor race is looking really interesting. Again, I'm trying not to talk much about predictions and that kind of thing in this video. There will be another video coming soon where I talk more about the race, but he also was the standout for me in his film. I thought he had the best performance in One Battle After Another. His character also was just so interestingly written, and it was written like a Best Supporting Actor type of role. So it was like, I don't know, I feel like it was like written to be nominated. I just thought he was so funny and like off-putting and bizarre, and even like the walk and like the little micro expressions in his face, and the way that his hair looked in different scenes, and his tone of voice. I just thought he was just like out of this world. I'm going to put him, do I want to go iconic or no notes? Would I put him up there with Jessie Buckley? Would I? You know what? I would. And I might end up shifting all of these around, who knows, but ooh, the sun is setting and so my light is dying. But yeah, I don't know. For some reason this feels controversial, but this is what I'm putting in. Okay, Amy Madigan nominated for Best Supporting Actress in Weapons. Come on, horror nom. Guys, her character was so fun and so cool and quirky and interesting, and obviously she acted the heck out of it. However, there were plenty elements of the movie that, like, I don't feel like she like upstaged anybody, and I felt like, honestly, I liked Julia Garner's performance so much, and I feel like she could have gotten the nomination, even though this category is so tough. But I think I really, really liked her. I'm gonna put her in Makes Sense, even though the role of Gladys, obviously iconic, and Amy Madigan is in her own right. But when I think of acting performances this year, I don't immediately think of Amy Madigan in Weapons. So I'm gonna put her in Makes Sense right next to Renata. Okay, next is Wunmi Mosaku, nominated for Best Supporting Actress for Sinners. Okay. I loved her role. I don't feel like she was necessarily a standout in that cast. The ensemble and just like the cast of Sinners was so fantastic, but to be honest, I thought the first major scene that she's part of, where they like reunite in her store and all of that, I thought that was really moving. But all in all, I don't feel like we got that much of her in Sinners. I'm going to put her in Makes Sense. Yeah, I'm gonna put her in Makes Sense. I thought she was great. I've never seen her in anything else. So I'd love to see her other acting performances. Elle Fanning. Okay. I'm going to be really controversial. I didn't like her in this role. I like Sentimental Value a lot. But I remember watching the movie and feeling like she was out of place and feeling like she was completely upstaged by her co-stars. I've seen her be better in other things. I felt like her sort of storyline and her character acting almost like took me out of it a little bit. And that could be like an issue that I have with the character and the writing and not with Elle Fanning herself. But that's just how I'm feeling about the performance. So I'm actually going to put her in Not For Me. Do not tear me up. Okay, Ethan Hawke. Full disclosure, and no one yell at me, I could not finish Blue Moon. I DNF'd it. I got about an hour in and I was just like, this is grueling and it's torturous and I hate it. That being said, he was nailing it. He was doing really well. He was like almost unrecognizable in this part. I've never seen him play this kind of character. So I definitely think he deserves an acting nomination for the film. But it also hurts my soul that the film has gotten any nominations because it was genuinely so terrible that I couldn't make it through the movie. And I watch plenty of bad stuff. But I think that's an unpopular opinion. So have any of you guys watched it? Did any of you like it? I didn't like it and I didn't get it. And I am also a musical theater gal. So I'm not sure what was up with that. But I'm going to put him in Makes Sense because his acting performance was the only part of the movie that I thought was any good. Okay, now we've got Emma Stone for Best Actress in Begonia. I was really surprised to see her be nominated. Not because she wasn't good, but because she's already got 2 Best Acting Oscars. And she just won... not last year, but the previous year. She just won 2 years ago for Poor Things. Yeah, it was 2023, 2024 Oscars. Yes, she just won 2 years ago for Poor Things. So I was surprised that she got this nomination. She obviously was fantastic in the film. She can act her booty off. She shaved her head. She played, this is kind of a spoiler. She played 2 roles, sort of, ish, kind of. If you know what I'm saying, then you know what I'm saying. But she was good. I was into it. But I did feel like Jesse Plemons low-key upstaged her. Ooh. I did feel like that. So I am going to put her in It Makes Sense. She is an icon and she is iconic in her own right. But I think that her acting performance was better in both of her previous Oscar-winning performances. So I'm going to put her in Makes Sense. Next we've got Michael B. Jordan, who played twins, Smoke and Stack. He's nominated for lead actor in Sinners. Really good performance. Now, I did feel like he was upstaged by Miles Caton and Delroy Lindo. Do not Do not yell at me in the comments. He just did not, like, he didn't stand out too much. He was good. I've not honestly seen much of his other work. I think I've only seen Just Mercy. I do plan to watch Creed very soon because I am interested in watching Creed, but I think I've only seen him in Just Mercy, which I thought he was great in that. I thought he was good in this, but when I think of Sinners, I don't immediately think Michael B. Jordan's acting performance. I think of many other attributes of Sinners that make it so fantastic. I do think that he was very, very good. And there were a few specific scenes where I was like, okay, like, honestly, in the like death scene and in the guns scene and in the after credits scene and some of the beginning stuff in the car, like, I just think he was really great. I'm gonna put him in Makes Sense next to Emma Stone. Yeah. Okay. Kate Hudson, nominated for Best Lead Actress in Song Sung Blue, which is a movie that is crazy. Okay. I love Kate Hudson. I did think that she was good in this. I think she's been better in other stuff. I did like that she could kind of put on some weight and sort of like downplayed her beauty a little bit. She's still Kate Hudson. Like, you can't trick me into thinking Kate Hudson is not one of the most beautiful women in the world. Like, you just can't. But she sang in this and she danced in this and she played this very like well-rounded like mother wife type of character. The performance was very camp, which I think is good, and like it was what the movie called for. Not necessarily my thing. This movie was not my favorite. She is good, but she's been better in other things. I'm gonna put her in Diva Down next to Stellan Skarsgård. I did predict her nomination as well, though, so patting myself on the back. Okay, let's talk about Leonardo DiCaprio, nominated for Best Actor for One Battle After Another. Now, he was so funny in this movie. Leonardo DiCaprio is known as like one of the best living actors today. Like, we know that, okay? It's crazy that he's only won one Oscar. He's not winning an Oscar this year. I think we can all agree that that's not going to happen for him, unfortunately. But he was great in this movie. Do I think Sean Penn was more of the standout acting performance? Yes, I do. But every time Leo was on screen, the way, like, his line delivery, his facial expressions, like the way that the Bob character like moved, he really, really nailed it. I'm gonna put him in iconic next to Delroy Lindo. Perfect. Okay, Jacob Elordi in Frankenstein, nominated for Best Supporting, right? Yeah, Best Supporting Actor. To me, he was the lead in this movie, so it's some category fraud, but whatever. Jacob Elordi was so incredible in this film. Now, I think I've talked about Frankenstein. If not, I'll be talking about it in my next video where I rank all of the Best Picture nominees. Frankenstein is not for me, was not my jam. However, his physicality and just the way that he transformed himself in this role, like, he didn't feel like Jacob Elordi. He felt like Frankenstein's monster, and it was really, really impressive. He's like finally being taken like seriously as an actor in the way that he deserves. It's so crazy that he got a start in Kissing Booth. Hello. Okay. I thought he was absolutely iconic as Frankenstein's monster. Okay. Benicio del Toro, nominated for Best Supporting Actor in One Battle After Another. I love him. He's probably like my second choice to win the Oscar. Yeah, for sure. he's just so funny in this role. Again, I keep saying physicality and tone, all of those things, but like as Sensei, he was just so funny, and he just like led all of the scenes he was in. In fact, I really wish we would have gotten more of his character. He's so funny. I need to see more of Benicio del Toro's filmography. I think I've only seen one other of his movies, and he was just amazing. I'm gonna put him in iconic. Okay, let's talk about Rose Byrne. So Rose Byrne is nominated for Best Lead Actress, and If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. I did not enjoy watching it, and I never want to watch it again. However, she is a force. Now, Jessie Buckley, she's gonna win the Oscar, but if Jessie Buckley didn't exist, this was Rose Byrne's all the way. Because when I saw If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, I was like, Rose Byrne deserves it. And she's been, I've only seen her in like Neighbors, and what's the other horror movie she's in? I can't think, but I've only seen her as like a comedic actress and in like bad movies. I think this is the first time I've seen her do something like really incredible and artistic and funky and cool, and I just fell in love with her, and I want to see her in everything. She was this movie. This entire movie was on her back. There were honestly almost zero other acting performances. It was literally just her, and I felt so sick and uncomfortable and disgusted this entire movie in the way that it was intended, and it was all because of her. No notes. She's spectacular, and I want to see her in everything. I really wish that she could have won at least one precursor. Like, I would love to hear her speak. I would love to hear her speech on the matter. Or maybe she did. She won one precursor, right? Anyways, love Rose Byrne. Tiana Taylor, nominated for Best Supporting Actress in One Battle After Another. Now, I was surprised that she got the nomination over Regina Hall, or over Chase Infinity, which I think they were trying to do a category fraud thing and nominate Chase Infinity as Best Lead Actress, but Chase Infinity felt supporting to me. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. It did surprise me that it was Tiana Taylor and not those other two women. I thought she did a good job. She's not in very much of the movie. She kind of disappears after the first act, and so I didn't get sort of like a lingering impression from her after I finished this film. Now, this is the Oscar nominee that I've watched the most times, this film. And so now, like, I rewatched it again recently with the vision of Tiana Taylor as a Best Supporting Actress, and I felt like I got into her character arc a little bit more. But all in all, I think she kind of almost like fades into the background because there's so many incredible acting performances in this. I didn't feel super wowed by her, so I'm gonna put her in Diva Down, just because I don't think that her nomination makes sense if we're not going to nominate Chase Infinity or Regina Hall. So yeah, that's how I feel about that. That's another controversial pick. So okay, we've got 3 left. So Wagner Moura, my light is leaving me. Wagner Moura, nominated for Best Lead Actor for The Secret Agent. He was lovely in The Secret Agent. This is the first film I've ever seen him in. I've never seen his work before, and he just came across as so like assertive, powerful, mysterious in this film, and then you see him give a speech or be interviewed or whatever, and he just seems like the most charming, like laid back, casual guy. And I feel like seeing him off screen made his acting performance even better, because I know that he doesn't have this sort of domineering persona. So it made me think like, wow, he's really acting in the film. And this is another one where he really did kind of carry this movie, and every scene where he's in, you can't stop looking at him and listening to him. I'm gonna put him in It Makes Sense. Very into that. Okay, Two more. Okay, next we have Inga Ib's daughter Lilias, which I've never seen her in anything. Wow. She is the standout in sentimental value for me. Just the sister character, I was really just into like reading her face, and I could not stop watching her. I was so interested in everything that she had to say. Yeah, I was so interested in everything that she had to say, and for me, she really kind of stole the show in sentimental value, and I would love to see more from her. This is a very kind of quiet acting performance, and I thought that she did a really nice job at still bringing it out and bringing it forward without like overacting it, if that makes sense. I'm gonna put her in makes sense. And finally, we have Timothée Chalamet. Now, perhaps controversial, he is my best actor. He is my pick to win 1000%. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. He's my pick to win. There is no Marty Supreme without Timothée Chalamet. Oh yeah, I should say he's nominated for Best Lead Actor for Marty Supreme, but I'm sure you already know that. There is no Marty Supreme without Timothée Chalamet. He transformed in this movie for me. He's been so many different roles, but this was like the fast-paced like chaos of it, in the way that he sort of like embodied this like squeaky little rat guy. You could just feel his like hunger and competitiveness, and he is like the actor of my generation. The actor for the 90s babies, whatever. I really, really like his performance, and I'm putting him in no notes. Sue me. Sue me. I dare you. For legal reasons, that's a joke. Okay, so let's see. Do I want to move anything over? So in no notes, we have Jessie Buckley, Sean Penn, Rose Byrne, and Timothée Chalamet. Yes. Iconic, Delroy Lindo, Leonardo DiCaprio, Jacob Elordi, and Benicio del Toro. Makes sense, Renata Reinsva, Amy Madigan, Wami Mosaku, Ethan Hawke, Emma Stone, Michael B. Jordan, Wagner Moura, and Inga Ib's daughter Lilias. How do I feel about that? I'm going to actually move. Do I want to do that? Yep, I'm moving Inga Ib's daughter Lilias up to iconic. Yeah, that feels right to me. That feels right to me. And Diva Doe, I have Stellan Skarsgård, Kate Hudson, and Tiana Taylor. And then in Not For Me, I have Elle Fanning. Sorry, Queen. So if I were casting my personal ballot for each category, I think this is obvious now, but I would vote Jessie Buckley for Best Actress, Timothée Chalamet for Best Actor, Inga Ib's daughter Lilias for Best Supporting Actress, and Sean Penn for Best Supporting Actor. So those are my opinions. I would love to hear your respectful opinions in the comments. If you're still watching, thank you for being here. And also I want to note that I will be uploading later this week. I will be doing a ranking and full review and discussion for all 10 Best Picture nominees, and doing my own personal ranking of my opinion and how I rank them. I did this last year. I will be doing it again this year, and I will talk more in depth about the Oscar race. I expect that to be a pretty long video, so that'll be coming later this week. I hope that you are all staying safe, happy, and healthy, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!